Hello, all advancing guitar players. Welcome back to your coach. Beginning, intermediate, advanced, being in a band, reading standard notation, writing music, your pedal board, what equipment to use. We can talk about a lot of different things. So, today again, we're finishing up C7th, all up and down the neck, and arpeggios. We want you to get out of the pentatonic rut. And if you get C7th under your fingers, mixolydian, up and down the neck, it opens up the fretboard for you and can also possibly get you out of, being stuck with the 5-note major and minor pentatonic that is utilized a whole lot in lots of music, but at a point in time, you feel like there's more to it than those 5 notes. So we started on the 3rd fret, and we showed you the scale, C7th there. We went up to the 5th neck. We did arpeggios, both spots. Then we went up to the 7th and 8th. Then we went up to 10, and then we went up to 12. That was the last video we put out on the C7 scale in that position, which is, again, and remember, we're giving you all the notes in the C7 scale. So when we start on the low E string, we're not starting on C, but we're starting, on notes that are in the scale. When we get to the C, we're right here, okay, on your 15th fret, when we're actually doing the scale. Okay, so that's right in there, and then it starts repeating again on the C. And then the G, as you know, is the 5th, and you have to keep going up to get back to the C again. So we're going to do arpeggios, and then we're going to do them open also, because the 12th fret is a duplicate of playing open. So let's just go start it basically right now. We're doing 3 arpeggios. We're going to start on the E string, okay, and we're going to go 12, 15, E string, A string, 13, D string, 12. That's your B flat, that's your 7. Then we're going to go A string, and that's starting on your A, going up to the 15th fret, on your A string, and then going to the D string, the E note, and then going to the G, okay? Then the last one is, we're starting on the G string, okay, but we're starting on the A note, and then we're going to the C note, to your high E on your E string, and that's the 3 arpeggios. I did that first time, I did it a little bit wrong. Get that B flat in there again. Okay, so if we're going to do the same thing down here on the open position, okay, we're going to be doing like we did here, but we're going to be using open strings. So the first one is open E to your 3rd fret G. There's that B flat. And then that last note is D, so that's going to be our open string. Okay. The next one is starting on the A open. Okay. So I'm going on the A string, A open to C, 3rd fret. On your D string, 2nd fret, E, and then open. And then the last one is, okay, so we're starting on your A. A on your second fret, G string, B string, the C note, and then open E to the G note on the E string. Okay, why are we doing this? Okay, to break out of the pentatonic rut. And once you get the C7th scale under your fingers, up and down the neck, again, that is considered a Mixolydian scale, if you're talking about modes, you'll be able to move other notes around when you have a chord you need to play against that has a different note, meaning that if we're talking about C7th, sometimes you might have a minor to play. So if you're having a minor, you know you're in the key of C, C, D, E. The E is the third, but the E has to be flat to get to the minor sound. So when we talk about the scale, say on the third fret, we were going to go to E here, okay? But that's the third, we want to be minor. You're just going to forget that E, and you're going to go to E flat. So you're going to do, instead of skipping that E flat and going to E, so I left the B flat in there, so we were actually doing a C minor 7 scale. We were hitting the minor third, and we were hitting the flat 7, which makes it minor 7. You know, it takes it away from being just a Mixolydian, C7th. And as you go through it and you start realizing what to do in that key, then you'll know where to lower a note if you have maybe a chord that has a flat 5 or a sharp 5 in it, or a flat 9 or a sharp 9. Now these are getting into more sophisticated and more jazz chords, or maybe chords that Steely Dan likes to use, you know, a band that is really influenced by jazz chords. And that is really kind of the theory behind breaking out of pentatonic and just learning up and down the neck, and hopefully learning the notes as you go along. The names of them is very, very helpful. Yeah, so we're going to get added chromaticism next. We're going to show you how not only to do, and then down here we had arpeggios. Okay, those were the arpeggios. Then we're going to add to chromaticism, where we're going to play more notes in this particular area, or this area, or going up the neck. Chromaticism is basically playing, you know, half-step runs, okay, that are sometimes outside of what the chord is you're playing against. Certain music, it's just going to sound kind of cool. You can always go back inside. But these notes that are available to use from the chromatic scale are available for when you solo. And, you know, sometimes they're going to not sound just in like you want. And remember, if they don't, you're only a half step away from a note that is going to be, you know, right in that particular key and in that scale. So, are you good for today? I hope so. We're going to continue with reading standard notation and other videos that are going to come along. I am on YouTube and TikTok, and I would love if you're on YouTube only, if you come visit and follow me on TikTok, that would be wonderful. I'm on there at, I believe it's Rockstar Coach A to Z. And there's tons of my videos there, and it could be another place for you to find me. Again, all of my content is free, but if you're into what I'm telling you and you want to send a tip, that would be cool. I use Zelle, Cash App, Venmo, everything. Never a requirement, but it's appreciated if any tips are available and if you love the content. And we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.